Aotearoa New Zealand is the product of the collision of two tectonic plates. The edge of the Pacific plate is being pushed up by the Australasian plate, and in the South Island this creates the Southern Alps, known in Maori as the Ka Teriteri o Te Moana, the tossed up peaks of the sea. A 20-kilometre wide band of high mountains stretches 500 kilometres north-south, with peaks nearly 4 kilometres high. The major city in the South Island is Christchurch, well known for its cafe precincts. Beautiful parks and gardens. The picturesque River Avon running through the city. Street art is a feature in Christchurch. These paintings were found in Brighton. Located in a seismic zone, Christchurch frequently feels the rumbling of the earth as the tectonic plates move, and the major earthquake of 2011 badly damaged the Anglican cathedral, temporarily replaced by a cathedral constructed of great rolls of cardboard. From the nearby hills overlooking Christchurch, one can see the great chain of the Southern Alps. One of the most beautiful drives in the world takes one from Christchurch across the Alps through just one of 3 passes. The suburbs of Christchurch give way to the farming lands of the Canterbury Plains. There are a few small towns such as Springfield, marked by a pink donut. And then the road begins to rise. The mountain scenery becomes more rugged. For a while, the road follows the banks of the Waimakiri River. It's a wide and stony river, like many of the rivers which bring the water down from the mountains, originally carved out by glaciers. The road crosses the river at Haast Pass Scenic Lookout. Then the road continues beside the Beely River, contributory to the Waimakiri River. Up the river is the village of Haast Pass, a good stopping point with a restaurant, and Kia's, the world's only alpine parrot. The pass was identified by Arthur Dobson in 1864, but had long been used by Maori hunting parties. His brother George Dobson checked all the other options and reported Arthur's Pass as the best route to the west. A little further and we reach the Aotearoa River, this time running west rather than east, and a huge viaduct makes this part of the descent much easier. Completed in 1999, it replaced a tortuous piece of road which was often blocked by snow, ice and rockfalls. The Aotearoa River flows into the Taramacao River, and the road follows it all the way to the western coast. We headed down the western coast to the town of Franz Josef, which sits below the glacier of that name on the Waiho River. The glacier has receded up the mountain with the global warming. You need a long lens to get a good view of it. Helicopters are constantly taking people up to the glacier at a price. This church was built with the glacier as part of the view behind it, but now the glacier's gone far up the valley. To cross the mountains again, one has to use the Haast Pass. Again, it's a lengthy route as the road winds over the mountain range. Named after Julius Haast, who explored this pass in 1863, although it had been long used by Maoris. We began the journey by travelling south, and at times the highway borders the coast. With the jagged mountain peaks not far away. After crossing the River Haast and climbing into the mountains, one comes to Thunder Creek Falls, a magnificent sight, with the water flowing into the Haast River and down to the sea. Not much further, and the road crosses the Makarora River, originating in the snow but flowing through thick forest before crossing the plain and flowing south towards Lake Wanaka. Lake Wanaka is picturesque, surrounded by the snow-capped mountains. A band of cloud hung gracefully over the lake. The road bordered the lake for about 15 kilometres, and then, after crossing a small hill, it continues beside Lake Hawea and down to the town of Wanaka. Town of 13,000 residents and thousands more tourists. Almost 300 kilometres from Franz Josef. We conclude our journey at the iconic Wanaka tree, surrounded by the mountains we've crossed. And we're grateful for the ease of traversing such beautiful scenery today.